Spending had the best way to combating terrorist, domestic terrorist discrimination issues is a public and non-public place. It is something since it's Miami, since it's Florida. Something almost starting 2006, 7, 8. Starting observing how the terrorist ratios and combating among Spanish, most always, most. This is a fact, evidence, been recorded repeatedly, been observed, make you get seen many times in here. So, most of the area you will observe that is a public place. That's why they always tell me that's a private. I just want to ask, if it's private, give me the name of the owner. You can't tell me, oh, I don't know. You say I'm crazy, I'm disturbing, I don't know what I'm saying, but you tell me the place is private. When I ask you who's the owner of the private, you don't know. When you tell me the owner told you to tell me, I can ask he be here because they don't want me here, he don't want me here or she don't want me here, but you don't know the owner at the same time. You out your mind have common sense, so you know what you're saying. Instead, me. So, observing of combating discrimination in terrorists and ratios, terrorist group, so those are mostly the publics. These are the reasons. We are no ratios. People not racial just for nothing. Not because of color. Really, it's not a really. They mostly they bring ratios where they get the support. The support is because of color. If we are a group of color, we put together. We are same color, we are put together. So the reason they crisis psychology behind racism is if we put together, we could rob people, we could get whatever we want. In the same thing, you got to be self-defense. They have to defend themselves. Defending themselves by lying and doing the hate crime and ratios. That's when they bring the ratios. Ratios is like a different thing as psychologically. Addiction, slavery, dangerous addiction, people, slavery, disease. Brought up to intimidate you so they could get away from fraud for what? And they could feel good above you and make you feel that way. To put them up, themselves up to put you down. And so you could put yourself down. Simple. So that's why we should. And we should also for wealth. People want more wealth and lazy. We don't want to work hard, but we want to have everything like a king and queen. You know how it started with the Spanish in Haiti to Spain to Africa and back to Haiti. We all know that's how ratio come. Ratio is for money, for wealth, for plenty. Have plenty, doesn't matter there. Work hard, you have nothing. But as long as you have plenty, you live like a king and queen. So that's our bondage. The materialist addiction. That's how you see the Caucasian, that's how slavery, the slave work so hard, got nothing. The lazy bum keep races. They don't work hard, they don't do much, but they get so much. Plenty. So that's material slavery addiction disease. So when I observe it, like I was talking, observe many cases of police crime against police, shooting for whatever in United States. We have one of them, especially in Massachusetts. Some few I'm gonna give you guys in Massachusetts. Cases where they are observing the court by judge and by police. We have one away This is a fascinating one. In 2008, the guy I was investigating his background. While he was in the hospital, this same guy involved in 2 cases, one military, one police. The same guy. The military, after he killed the police, he got released. Nothing happened to him. He's a Spanish guy. Same Spanish guy. He ended up killing a military. Day before his wife did both. He deployed for vacation to come to see his wife. That will be both next day. That's a person who value to the country, value to the people, serving the country. He went to school, after school, give his time to serve the country, serve the nation, serve the flag, serve everything. So his wife, given both, to come to see his wife. So he doesn't enjoy his wife or enjoy his baby, to see his baby, his wife, and happy, give both, and then really die. By what? By a junkie bomb, worthless bomb. Criminals supposed to be behind that. Even Guantanamo Bay for life. Spanish. So when I investigated him, he make a satanic sign, because that's I've been observed the Spanish do that a lot. So that's why I always tell them, I don't play the devil crap with you. With me is different. You don't work with me. I don't care who you think you are, who you're a member of. That's a crap for me. Belong to me. You need control. All I want you control. Or those are belong to me. So when I observed him while he's in hospital, with the accident, after the accident of the military, he making satanic sign, the devil sign, gang sign. So who he was flashing. So is they put the police and the judge or member all of them involved. So that's what I've been observing all over Boston. Because whenever it's in them, those Spanish, they're always making those stops. And later they get released, they pay a few dollars, a few $100, $50 to let them go. So that's why I've been saying we have a king and mafia till which control the state of Massachusetts. So him, when he killed the police, I always observe news I get it, the news, observing the news. They call, there's a guy who disturbed me, because I know a lot of crime like that, they can't crime. Especially if the police is a good police, they want to kill that police, they love that police, a good police, whether by some police chief, criminal police chief or member, or whatever, so a sergeant or anything in charge. If they have one of the police that's good, they don't want them for everything, so they set the trap, they send it to his center, death center. Or till his group, like I said, was in Springfield, was observing New York police get killed like that, and think like that in the back. But this one wasn't in the back. So what do criminals put together? One called the police, they disturbing it. That's how they set up his work. The police show up. So the police they want to die by himself. To show up. But he been saying that police have no idea. He or had been saying in the on their truck as a death sentence, whether refusal to involve in the terrorist activities going on or whatever or that, they know something or thought against something more or don't want to be discriminated involved in it. So with moments, right? Don't tell him more than mass many times, but basically tell him more than mass is working, but refuse to learn mass is dominating. Dominican that refuse to wear the mask. We tell those people, right? And refuse to wear the mask. So every time people, this is a Dominican. So I'm gonna ask him to deport him and because he refuse to wear the mask is in danger. And for charge against, because although we will listen to this, for charge against the station also. So to church, but they refuse. I talk with all of them. Tell him to wear his mask and keep his mask. Okay. Keep telling like this. Keep telling to do so. So this is like the government say, the governor matters for them. This is addressing to President Kamala. He refused to wear his mask. He worked at this station. So at the back, he refused to give me his mask and his mask. Okay, the Dominican. Every time tell him to wear his mask, so they take it back. So that's the last one. And this is addressing CDC also, to Defense Department. That's addressing to the Department of Homeland Security. So the guy is refusing to work with them. He's working at the bus station or on the public. In the public place, refused to wear his mask. So that's all those type of crises going on, racial crisis going on, criminal activities going on, discrimination. And the later they complain and hate them, people hate them. It's like them, they have to do whatever they want. As long as they don't get away. But it's you want to do the big shot, big one, they want in church. Tell you, make sure they tell you what to do, like you don't know what you're doing. So that's the problem with me and them. I'm not gonna do that nonsense. So if you can't control yourself and your people, and you think like the Jesus say, people could take the big log off your eyes before you turn there, people don't expect. So do thing. Look at another. They want to control people, tell other wishes, tell other people. But when his name is they people, it's so that's how they will use it. But that's why they get violent to a lot of times, get nationalities. So that's why when people are showing different days. Because that means who the one day they will do the last so let me finish one. And in that case, so the police wanted it, but he had no idea. He went to his death sentence. Because when you heard this one day's news give this, or when I checked it to investigate it too, it really don't make sense. I have your police, doesn't matter, your official tell you, your superior tell you something like that, you should not allow it. I have a criminal have what we call for the criminal, and you know he's a criminal, have multi background criminal charges, but in jail for a point, multi, and you running after him, begging him to stop, and he will threaten you and warning you multi time. When we have in the country multi crime against other people, different color, African American, for racial, police shooting, African American, or other people, different color. When the reason they shoot them, they resist arrest. They was running in front of the police. They pull gun, they pull knife, they pull the stick. They try to fight with the police, right? Okay. With a guy who give the police multi-warning and resisted arrest and warning in front of police, right? He didn't call back up, first of all. He has a taser gun in his hand, but could reach out more than 6 feet. That's two. The guy threw a stone, big stone, at the police. That's three. Big stone is threw at the police before he pulled out his gun and shoot the police. And he's still warning the police to stop running after him.
Good morning. This is the final warning call for the Amtrak and Southern Express train number 2163 with 11
He shot the police. And he's running in front of the police, not in his back.
Please be sure you have all of
The
your
police running after him. That means everything he does, the police can see his move and hear everything. But he's still begging him as an authority police officer, the criminal to stop. Because he's a Spanish. Okay? Because he's Spanish. Until, I don't know, I think there was something going on. They were talking about, or the criminal said to the officer, or something he take out from the officer, pull out. There was an old lady who saw everything. At her window, she was watching everything. So he killed that old lady also. So the old lady could keep quiet, so the deaf cannot talk. But I believe that's why he killed the old lady. He didn't kill other people else. He didn't kill those who called police was there. He was there with them. He didn't shot them. He killed only that lady who was watching everything. Everything happening in front of her house. That's after he made multi order to break out the police officer. And in front of a police officer, he pulled the gun and go to shot the police officer. So, federally shot the police officer. And he got released. He still got released. In a few months, he's ended up killing a military was actively in service. He deployed because his wife gonna give birth on the next day. So they didn't even have time to see his wife, to see his baby. And the next day he already died. By the same town. Spanish guy criminal. So that's what I've been saying from for the justice going after the court after and everything. And while he was at the hospital for the car accident, and he's not supposed to drive car, have license due to multi cases. Even while he's at the hospital, he make a sometime with some gang sign, which they take the picture. News, the United States take the picture of them publish it. So that was like a signal, kind of signal. Later, you never heard nothing about it. But I think the same thing in Springfield. There was one who was kidnapping women, and even one of my classmates got there and kidnapping by him, which is the Spanish again, Puerto Rican. Kidnapping women, whip them, and kill them and bury them in his backyard, in the house. Kidnapping women, go out at night, kidnapping them, he live in the house by himself. Okay. But I don't think he killed them by himself, because those women, when they're dead, they become heavy. There's a dead carcass people, dead body. So they can't carry themselves anymore, they become heavy. Only him to carry them from his house, no negotiate, and for him to dig a hole in his backyard. No negotiate nothing, do nothing, call police pay attention to be able to bury them, which don't make sense anymore. That's when I finally found out Massachusetts do have forensic. Springfield have forensic police. But when they, for the case of the detective was involved in the robbery of everything for the money, drug money thing, for the laptop come like that from the Silver Star. They told me there's no forensic. I called Boston. When I was Springfield, I called Boston. I went on Rooster, I called Boston police, all the headquarters. They tell me there's no forensic in Massachusetts. I did the police know. I am in Boston know. I am the one involved. What's going on? I called West Springfield, everything was recorded. I called West Springfield police station. They all tell me no forensic police in there. I went to the headquarters police in Springfield. I went in there myself. I sent to talk with the detective sergeant in charge, lieutenant, everything. He come to talk with me. I think he's an African American. He came to talk with me, and another Spanish country. They all tell me no forensic and everything was recorded. No forensic police in Massachusetts. So I was even going for forensic science also. But they tell me they don't have that class in Massachusetts, so I have to get it in Connecticut. At the same time, they tell me if I finish, I'm going to be too much problem for them. They won't be able to get away from anything because I'm too good in what I do. So they pay a Puerto Rican was working over STCC and state Massachusetts financial aid to mess up my FAFSA. When I contact the state financial aid Massachusetts, she retaliated and lied to me and hung up on me and rudely and disrespectful. So these are the crises. So we dealing with a terrorist crisis. And that's why I say we're going to combat terrorism. These are the most places we to observe is discrimination. So that's why I've been as a reform for the justice, government in Massachusetts, and the police, and a lot of things. That's why I need to do the operation, I need the backup, and state backup. So a lot of this is those guys in control in the position they should not. And they are support the family of the state with crisis. We should not have more problem United States, more problem international. More problem United States, more problem international. So we don't that. So about 2 weeks, that's what I was explaining. Oh yeah, the court also Springfield. I was there. Thank you for reminding me. I was there. I want to assist. I would say TD Bank who stole my money and then bragging or family, still family. Your family and the family, that's why we all family. Remember the same thing in Orlando got the Joe making in Guantanamo Bay for putting gun on me because I don't support and believe in one love. So to show me if you don't believe in one love, you're not one of them. So you are the enemy. That's why you see that's what happened. You are the enemy, and if you are the enemy, they do whatever they want with you. So that's why they're shooting at the gun at the one love Orlando. Since you are the enemy, they could shoot you, kill you, set you up, put you in prison, medical commitments, you, financial commitments. That's how we found out what was happening in Russia, in the Middle East. Prison people who used to be a member or the GB special GBs. That's what's going on in Manchester now. You see, that's why most of the mass shooting is going on. So that's why I want the backup. I want the backup. Not the backup, because for the outstate, we have good Coast Guard in Massachusetts. Some of them are talk with them, but due to the crisis going on and their protection, I want them from outstate. I want from a law enforcement, law enforcement, security, both civil and uniform, outstate Massachusetts. So I can't trust the police. Very few you can trust, but due to for the protection also. I can't trust the police in Manchester also. A lot of them can't trust them. You can't trust the city. It's a lot of them. You can so that's again what you request from our state police, our state mostly, state to make sure as well that we're going over there today, really sunny. I'll go over there to make sure everything
Good morning. This is the final word call for the Amtrak Northeast Regional Train number 173 with 11:21 a.m. departure to Washington Union Station, now boarding on track 1. Please be sure you have all of your personal belongings with you, and thank you for waiting with Amtrak.
Next one will be so we're gonna make sure for that. Because they have all those drinking in the street. Right here, they have all of them all over here. So that's why one of them implement to let me wash my back on the street. So this is the control by them all over here. So these are the consequences. So the court I was assist at that time for against to be there. They stole my money and bragging and mocking me. The family still want to know
Amtrak Northeast Regional Train number 173 with
give me the money back. They said to give me the money back. They closed my account.
on track 1 for South Station.
The West money was on their account. Not only that also, they write a letter to a cashier store. I used to go cashing in check. He tell them I cash a check with them and bring it to them. Stolen money. How you cash a check for me? You already cashed the check for me. Has it been? For you to give me the check back. Bank don't do that. Because the check have to go back from the original bank. When you cash a check in the bank, the bank not gonna give the check back to the customer. They keep the check. If you always cash it, you give me the money, you keep the check. You don't give it back to me. Unless you're stupid. So they will do some dumb lousy, dumb crime, dumb lie of kid. That's really disturbing. So, and that's really disturbing. It doesn't make sense. So, in that case, when I take them to court and pressure against them, the judge told me that's too much money. I asked $30,000 for the money I got stolen and for damage my credit, me, everything. It's like includes my account information and everything. The judge told me no, that's too much money. Now even $7,000. Only I have to get my money back. They have to give me my money back. But it's not going to allow the judge. At the same time, there's a Spanish guy who come at the court of a case. He's only slipped and fell in his job, did not get any injury, which is part of his responsibility to keep the job safe. But he didn't, he slipped and fell. He sued his job employer for $160,000. The judge said he accepted, he allowed for the guy slept in front and his job work with because he's spending $460,000 against his employer. Me, I have a good reason and right reason, and I have all my document full. The judge tell me even though all they have to do give me the money back, but I cannot sue them for that money. It's too much. Not even $2,000. Only they have to give me my money. That's one. Another time again, I was on the court assistant. There's another Spanish. We have an accident. We have multi-cases criminal and his license been revoking, and he's not allowed to have license, not allowed to drive at all in the United States. due to his month's accident from money. So he have accident, he guilty, he don't want to try to order for. So come in the court, so the judge said, only give me $200, I'll let you go. He only paid the judge $200 and let him go. The same judge, take it. $200 only to let him go. So that is Springfield area. Depending on Massachusetts. So this is how the crime is. Now ratio crime until use domestic service. So I've been observing because a lot more things see them every day. So sometimes people will let you guys know them. So let me go shopping, some shopping and check it out. That's where the marathon gonna be happening and everything, okay? So that's why sometimes when you heard me say those ignorant house go, those days is because that's one of the reasons. So for some reason because they imply those for the Spanish for the cookies. So that's how the process is. So there's a lot of fixes that's needed.
This is the final boarding call for the 11:45 a.m. train to Portage Power 495, now boarding on track 1. Thank you for riding Kiwi Rail.
Dispatches, District Protocol, 495 is not approaching on track number 1. Let's get the next train to Portage Park from 495 is not approaching on track number 1.
Department responds to pets in need, laws to protect collective views are strong. Every year, Animal Services has 2,000 inspectors. Look for an ID tag or microchip. The pet has no ID or chip. Bring them to our no-kill shelter where they receive the care they need. Thousands of pets go today. However, many do not have identification. Animal Services posts their information online and holds them for 3 days to allow.
know that, and that's why they're doing it. So no, I have no concern, respectful of where those responsibilities lie. I have great confidence in H.R. 1. I thank John Sarbanes and the author of it all for over a period of time. Zoe Lofgren, the chair of the House Administration Committee, for her leadership. So proud of all of our members. The American people know this is a way to steal integrity. Have you seen them all? Big, dark money, which suffocates the airways rather than having effective execution of our process. Thank you all.
Sir, you cannot smoke here? Sir, you cannot smoke here. Especially while you're smoking. See what the class is not for? Sweet. And then there's the cameras. Okay.
The FBI is hoping you'll watch this next story closely. They need your help identifying 10 suspects wanted for violent attacks on police officers during the riot at the U.S. Capitol. We want to warn you the video you're about to see is disturbing. Here's Tom
Even I
Costello.
warned him, he told him that he back
More than 2
smoke
months
again.
since the attack on the Capitol, dramatic new video
Probably
enhanced
because
by the
that's a
FBI
tabacco
of
you
10
have kids, you see
suspects
right here, you see
wanted
kids?
for what it calls some of the most egregious attacks on police
There's
officers
kids
that
right here,
day.
right?
Among the
You know this
videos,
is supposed to hurt. It's a
an
tip public,
unknown
right?
suspect tried to pull the gas
And I
mask
warned
off a
him.
police officer in full riot gear. The assailant isolated in
This is all the
photos
time,
and
brother.
videos. More video of an attack with a table leg and nails. This attacker tried to smash his way through glass doors with a cattle prod. Suspects spraying officers with a fire extinguisher and some type of orange chemical. Another assailant wanted for hitting and punching officers. Here, an older man breaks through a barricade and charges
Attention all
by
passengers.
asking the public's help in identifying the attackers.
Square face covering with tags on trains around all the yellow station. Anyone who does not comply with this requirement
The
will be
FBI has already
transported
arrested 2 suspects for assault on Capitol Officer Frank Safety, who later died of unknown causes. A D.C. grand jury has indicted both men on 10 counts. Investigators are for their part in the insurrection.